Hi Stampin' friends! Tonight we're going to use the Artistically inked set. I'm not going to use the paper like I normally do. I'm going to just use the stamp set and the dies. It has a variety of things with it. If you are interested in finding out what page it's on, it is on 96 and 97 of the new catalog. And this is one of the really pretty dies that it comes with. I just did it in white to show you. I thought we might try to perhaps color it in. That could be kind of fun. And it also comes with a little, let me find it, a little branch that can be turned into a wreath. If you do it, you can see it's got a curve to it. So you can make a pretty good sized wreath with several of these. So what's weird about this is that it has so many different shapes and designs that it was really hard for me to narrow down. So we may just go until I get tired, because I couldn't really decide what was most important to show you. All right, so let me see here with my little stamps. Let me get this down here where you can see a little better. There we are. Okay, so I cut out several different shapes and pieces. Of course, I don't need to tell you that you could lay this down and use your sponge daubers or your blending brushes to create, put some sticky on the back, maybe our adhesive sheets, and cut it and put it down and then pull it up. Not the whole sheet, because then you'd have it completely stuck down. But if that makes sense, you could use this as a mask layer. Well, either one of these for that matter. And then you could also just add this in a color onto white and make a monochrome card, of course. And then I've cut several pieces that I plan to use for masking. I did a couple. Here is the thanks, which is one of the sentiments. There's happy birthday, that's one of the sentiments. And there's hello. It also has a best wishes, but I couldn't really decide how I would necessarily use that. Let's see, I dropped one of my happy birthdays. That helped me know whenever I started to try to look for it that it wasn't there. I did this bright yellow because I thought that could be fun to use. What I wanted to show you was kind of use more, the colors are pretty bright that are in the catalog paper, and I wanted to show you kind of some Monet kind of colors, so it's really soft, pretty colors. So this is the little background stamp that they have, and I'm thinking you could stamp this in a number of colors and use it as a background as well. Maybe with this, the happy birthday, use the florals around it. So let's see what happens when I go ahead and try to use this. I'm using Balmy Blue. Just gonna try to make kind of some, I thought I would try to stamp it maybe 3 times. Maybe turn it. I think I might ink that just a little. And then kind of turn it like that. And that might be prettier with other colors, but you can see it's kind of just a really nice watery look. Okay, so then I was imagining using maybe some little purple roses. I thought these are such pretty little roses. Maybe put them like that. And then when you do that, you usually have to put some leaves by some roses. Maybe kind of like that. And then let's see, maybe our happy birthday would be cute. Like right there. Might not even need 2 roses, might just use 1. And put a few extra leaves here and there. So you can see that this stamp set can be used by pretty much anyone who likes to stamp, because it can be, you can spend a lot of time, do a lot of techniques, and really make an evening of it. Or you can do something quick like what I just did and mount that on a couple of layers, and I really feel like your card is quite cute and you have hardly spent any time on it. So what I was thinking was I could put some of this soft succulent ribbon. I am finding that the soft succulent ribbon goes with mint macaron, or it goes with a lot of the little colors. The sentiment is backwards. I should have said that first, because I am not able to mirror flip. I tried to put that in the newsletter today so that that would not be weird. But yeah, I cannot fix that tonight. Facebook has had an update and it's not possible for me to mirror flip. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this together and add some adhesive. All right, so there I have that. Adding this. Let's try to get that centered on there as best I can. That is a little bit funny, so luckily I think I have my cutter here. Get that straightened up just a bit. Then I'm going to just put some dimensionals on the back of this. Like that. There we are. All right. Okay. Then let's put our happy birthday on. Let's see, which side did I think looked better for that? Have to kind of think about it there. To turn around here, and then you guys won't be able to see it all, but I'm trying to decide what I think. I kind of like that. And put this on some dimensionals. Goodness. Cleaned up my stamp area, and I think I ended up making some of the things messier than they were. Like my dimensionals have dimensionals on them and crazy things like that. There we go. Then I'll add some dimensionals here. And where? There we are. I think I will not put dimensionals on these leaves, so they'll kind of go to the background a little bit. Keep that where it's not. I think I kind of want that up here. And then I'll put one right there. Could also use a glue dot. It'd probably be easier and faster. There we go. And then you could add just a couple of little pearls or something over on the side and you'd be all set. So you can see there is one idea with some soft, pretty kind of pastels. Then I was thinking I wanted to use some Blushing Bride and maybe some So Saffron. And then I made kind of that wasn't the orange center I wanted. Let's see, I don't know if I have a center. Oh, here it is. A little yellow center. And then I used soft seafoam for some of my leaves. I thought that would be kind of pretty. There, you can see that. So let's kind of plan out how we will do this. Maybe, let's see here. Try to decide which. I think maybe I would like to use this, probably this light green as the background, the soft seafoam. And then maybe just one layer here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead with the yellow, the So Saffron. So you can tell me if you think I should add the Blushing Bride or not. I'm going to set this off in case I might want to go off the edge there a little bit. There we go. I'll stamp that. So you can see that you can pretty much make your own, but you can see how easy it would be to just make your own paper with this background, with this stamp. You don't even need, I mean, to me, you can't even tell that it's stamped more than once. It's just kind of making it into kind of like some little marbling, just kind of right away. Just do a couple here on the edges. and then this one over here on the side. So there you can see that. See what you think about that. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting look. I mean, you can kind of tell that I've used the stamp more than once, but I think it just kind of adds a little bit of extra something to it that you might not do if you had a full stamp. You might not take the time to, you know, stamp it and in different colors, whereas this makes it easy to do so. All right, so then I was doing the green, and then I'm trying to remember if we have soft seafoam ribbon. That is always a challenge to remember. I don't believe we do, oddly enough. Nor So Saffron. Why do they never make a So Saffron ribbon? It must be really hard to get the color right or something. I do not know. But anyway, I'm gonna put this little circle of Blushing Bride on here, I'm thinking. And then I should tell you what I'm doing here. And then add some little flowers. And then maybe this piece here of Blushing Bride with our center popped up, and then add our leaves. So probably what I would want to do is go ahead and get like a tiny strip of the soft seafoam and maybe add something else to it, like maybe put some white ribbon around the strip, or even what I probably will do is color this white narrow taffeta ribbon using the soft seafoam, because I feel like that is kind of what it needs. And to me, the crinkling really looks nice with this kind of mottled background. So that's probably what I will imagine doing on that. So, plan my things here. I've got another happy birthday to put on here, kind of like that. And then I don't want my flowers to be exactly in the same place. I'll try not to do that. There we go. Imagine them like that. And then imagine my little, I guess I don't really need the under piece there, do I? Because I'm pretty much going to cover it up. So I'll just take that away. So let me get started here. Just going to stick the happy birthday flat down on the paper. And then I'm going to use dimensionals on all these pieces. I think I'm going to stick the center piece just flat down. There we are. Those of you who have orders, I think they should be in this evening, but I probably won't get it packed up quickly enough for you to come while it's still light, so I will just say that they'll all be on the porch in the morning for pickup for your orders, if you are feeling antsy about those for tomorrow. There we go. All right. Slide a couple of these guys in there. Here we are. Oops, I covered up my happy birthday. You gotta watch me every minute, or I have to. Okay, there we go. I might need to put another little dimensional under that, as I kind of bent it. There we are. And then maybe tuck it right there. And try to decide some places to put some little cutie pie leaves. Be right there. I got that a little close to the happy again. Okay, there we are. That's back far enough, I think. You can still read it. And the leaves. So I'll put this big batch of leaves up here. Maybe like right there. And, oh, that's the dark one. I don't know if I have other leaves or not. Maybe not. So, okay. Oh, here's where I set it. Yeah, like right there. I kind of like that. There we go. And then maybe one or two more over here on the side. I want to let my colors show over here, so I don't want too much leafy greens, but there we go. So you can see that that's kind of put together there. So there you can see another idea with this, and I'm going to add some ribbon once I've dyed it to the soft seafoam. I think it would be great to have some soft seafoam for myself. But you can see that this is, you could spend a lot of time on this, adding gold leafing and stuff like that, and get it to look like the paper. Or you could use the paper, or you could just do kind of a simple card. All right, so there is that one. Put this over here as well. And now I think I'm going to try to do a little bit of coloring on this. What I've done with my blending brushes is I've just put them in a little, this is kind of the same, this is the same thing that we have on the table when we're here working at class locally. And I did all the colors. I did like a rainbow, and then I have 2 extras. And I did not just rainbow, I did a red and a pink, and I did orange, brown, you know, so there's a good variety of colors. So I thought it might be fun to use I did aqua and true blue as well. Thought it might be fun to try and see if I could get this soft seafoam to color my my little leaves on this. And, you know, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. This is just cut out in Whisper White. So I'm just kind of adding the color here with my blending brush. And you can see when I'm finished, if I can hold it in the right place, we'll end up with a mask on this when we're finished. So there's that. Put some on these leaves over here. I could also leave some of the leaves white. That would also be pretty. And the sponge daubers, if this is too large for some of the places, we could always use the sponge daubers to put, because there's no reason to use these other than that they're handy. And they seem to dry out. You know, like I like to use a separate color for the sponge daubers, but for this, it seems like you can use one for each color, and you don't necessarily have to do that. All right, so I thought I would go kind of bright with this one. Even though I used the green, I kind of wanted the green in my mind. See there, you can see my little edging. It's turned out kind of pretty even on that. I would just use maybe some polished pink with my pinks, and add just a little bit of, let's see here, maybe this is my pink one. Oh, I got that really dark. Let me try over here. Oh yeah, that would be super dark. I'm gonna put that on my, but you can see when I'm just kind of sponging like this, it doesn't get as dark as it looks when you're doing it. So I kind of, let's see, I should put white behind that so you can see it. There we go. You see how it just has a little bit of color on the pink. It's not as garish as it might seem at first. And then I think I'll get just a little bit of, if I can find it, here we are. So Saffron. Use that for this big guy. Oh, so I do need to be a little careful, don't I? All right. There you can see So Saffron. That back in there. And now for the small roses, I think I'm just going to use the purple. Maybe I might start with trying the freesia, and if that doesn't seem dark enough, then I'll go with Highland Heather. There we go. I'll go back and try to put a little more green on that. I got some purple over on my green. Just a little. I think that actually did help. So anyway, point being, it's not exactly, but I think this is maybe one of the easiest ones. We've done this technique before, but I think this is a really easy one to color. Because I don't know if you were paying attention to how quick that was, but that took me practically no time. And this would be really pretty if you put it on a, well here, I'll just use the one I used earlier. Flip it over and hold it. See how pretty on the freesia? This makes for a nice look. I think that could be really pretty. And of course we have the lovely freesia ribbon that would be really gorgeous with as well. And then maybe just, well, you'd have to pick your favorite spot to put the thanks on there, but oh, I kind of like that. And then we can put our freesia ribbon. This is the, I don't think I've highlighted this with you all. I've told you about it, but I don't know that I've actually shown you like what cool things you can do with this scalloped edge die. So like you can put this under here, these have little holes, slits I guess you'd say, cut in them. And so you can slide your ribbon in. It's much easier if you plan to do it and think about it a little more than I did. But you can slide your ribbon where it goes under like this. That makes sense? Let me go ahead and cut this. And then plan where I might want to put this. Let's see, maybe right there. Oh, that is big, and so is the thanks, but I had a little trouble finding something large enough to cut out the thanks because it did not fit in this guy. Didn't fit in the tailored tag punch. Wouldn't fit in that. So I probably should have used those little scallops. But anyway, I'll work with that and see if I think I can make this. I bet I can, or I might even put it on the top, just kind of cover up an edge. Yeah, that's probably the way to go. Put it under here. I don't know if I made that even make sense. I'm sorry. I must be tired. There we go. Maybe like this. There we are. Takes me a minute. And then using the color on the edge of this thanks would also be pretty. I'm going to try to see if I can do that. And just kind of add a little bit of purple and try to keep it. If I wanted to, I could probably do better if I used a Post-it or something to hold my edge right here so that it doesn't get any up on the actual part of the die cut that has the writing on it. So there you can see. I just kind of do that. Oh yeah, that's better. And I'll do the other two sides before I mat it down, but oops, I got that too close, sorry. Okay, there you go. I think you can see there. There we go. Kind of cool. Yeah. How funny, Connie! You said that I didn't see it, but I did it. That's so funny. Yes, portrait did totally work. So yeah, very good. And then let's see, the last thing I wanted to do was just kind of stamp a little bit. This may not even turn into a card, but I just kind of wanted to stamp using these masks that I cut out. I just stamped them on a piece of just plain old ordinary typing paper. And then I thought I would use my Daffodil Delight. I better put these out of the way there. Oh, then I dropped them, as one does. Okay, so I'm gonna stamp our big guy here. And this will be upside down so I can see what I'm doing. Sorry about that. Maybe I'll do it landscape. So stamp it right there. Then I'm just gonna put a little dots, not very much, because I don't want it to stick it. I'm gonna stick it to my shirt so that it isn't too sticky. Let me stick it to your fingers. Because, you know, we used to have two-way glue, and that's what I used for stuff like this. You could let it dry, and it wouldn't be sticky at all. But we don't have that anymore, so I just try to get the glue to be not so sticky. And then put it right on there. And then I was thinking that I could use some freesia. Let's see here. To stamp my pretty roses. You can see that. Let's see where else I might want to put one over here. And then probably right here. There we are. So then I'm going to take that away so that I can use my dot a couple of these on there and then try to keep them from sticking to everything. I do like how the rose is easy to determine what the rose is close to. I think I might put this back on there now that I think about it. So I might want to put some leaves up by that as well. So then, where did I put my mint macaron? Here it is. And this may be too dark of a green. I may be sad that I'm doing this, but we'll see. It is lighter than the Just Jade or the Soft Succulent. I'll just put one right there. And then maybe up there. And then, oops, I'm gonna scooch that up this way just a little bit. right up there. And then the small leaf, maybe I will use our soft seafoam. And then I'm going to put that with my, get it on there right. It has a point end and it has an attached end. So I really want to try to keep that in the right place. Now I'm just going to move this down here so I can do the same thing. Add a few little leaves. And then one more up here in the corner. There we are. That is getting a little bit light. I probably need to get out my ink refill and take care of that. So there you can see how quick and easy that was. And then I would probably just go ahead and pop a little center in there. And I probably would, even though I've stamped all of this, I think it's cutest to go ahead and just use the cardstock to make a center for the flower, because it's hard for me to get it where it really needs to be. So there you can see that's just another colorway that you can add to it. And just kind of make kind of a design, and you could use a paper, a ribbon with it. Either this soft succulent that you could put maybe in the corners. Do you remember us doing that? We would put it like down here in the corner and then up here in the corner. I think that would look really cute on this. So anyway, I feel like you can use this, and then I haven't even gone over how pretty it would have been. I meant to do that, to put this under there. Put this vellum under the thing, so I'll probably do that as well, just to add a little more interest and excitement to the card, especially if it's for someone special. Just putting some vellum across the card like that would just add so much. So anyway, I appreciate you watching. Sorry for my little bitty troubles tonight, and I do hope that we can figure out how to get that fixed. I'm not sure what the problem is with the mirror flip. Why would it care whether I had it mirror flipped or not? It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and I hope that you have a great weekend. My next live will probably be sometime next week, maybe even before 7. So you might want to plan to catch it on the replay, because I'm going to start doing designer series paper lives. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye-bye.